Hello everybody, Blueberry Pieper here playing some Super Auto Pets. Today we have an expansion game and let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat we have ant, bird, cricket. I'm kind of considering buying the cricket here because it's actually really good for round 1 if you have an ant to go with the cricket, but I think we decided against it to run a beetle instead. I've heard that if you can get the beetle to level 2, and you know, if you keep feeding it, then you kind of get a pretty strong combo going, because you can like freeze a swan in the shop or some other animal. You just freeze it in the shop and you keep feeding the beetle to get it pretty beefy. So we're gonna try to do that strat here, see if we can accomplish it. We see 2 fishes, so we're gonna pick it up because pairs are pretty good. Pairs as in, you know, 2 of the same animal, not the food that shows up in tier 4. Yeah, we're like 5-6 turns away from a pair. Alright, so we're gonna draw. Not a surprise since we're running a bluebird, and whenever you run a bluebird, you know, draws are going to be very common. So it's turn 3, we still haven't found our 3rd beetle. Usually you want to find your 3rd beetle by turn 3 at the latest. Otherwise, you might as well just abandon this type of strategy. But we do find it. We do find it on this turn. It's a bit late, but I think we can make it work. Now I'm starting to plan like what foods I want to feed it. Do I want to feed it a meat bone or not? It's a tough decision, I think. Because if you feed it a meat bone, it means that you know, you probably don't want to feed it any garlic later on, because then it's kind of a waste, right? You're kind of overriding the meat bone. Although I suppose it's not that bad, but for sure I would prefer to find apples here. Yeah, and I don't think a honey is even worth considering here. It's either meat bone, apple, or garlic, and the garlic's not even going to show up. So yeah, that's why I was considering the meat bone a lot there, but here we are going to combine. This is what I'm thinking, like, should I combine right now or wait until the next turn for turn 5? I decided to combine because otherwise we would have way too much frozen up in the shop. I could also buy the fish here. Okay, well, we see an apple, so we're just gonna take it. And we're gonna even take the cupcake here. Are we? Maybe not. No, we buy the swan, okay. Yeah, the swan's pretty good. Swan's probably one of the better units to buff with the beetle, because you know a swan's always going to be useful, even in the late game. And another reason for us to go swan here is because we do have a fish. Not a fish, we do have a bluebird. So the swan's biggest weakness, as I've said before, is the lack of attack. So the bluebird is going to be quite helpful. Alright, and it's turn 5, so that means we can combine the fish, get a tier 4 unit, but it's a llama. We're not super interested in it. Yeah, we're just going to try and feed. No, we're not. Combine and then buy a hatching chick. We definitely get the hatching chick here, right? Okay, we freeze it. We freeze it. Man, I'm like trying to predict what I did back then, but it seems that I'm really wrong today. Guess I must have been, you know, in a completely different state of mind when I was playing this game. I wonder if it's a better type of play or a worse type of play. Guess we will see. Okay. Yeah, definitely pilling this turtle. I generally don't like to run a turtle unless I have a good way to buff it, plus maybe like a caterpillar. Then that's probably a very good reason for us to run turtle. But otherwise, for me, I feel like a turtle is just, you know, something to buy and pill. Yeah, because the stats are just too low, I think. Okay, but now we have a really big beetle, but they also have a really big ladybug. So we ended up drawing. First my unit takes out 4 of theirs, and then theirs takes out 4 of ours. So that's kind of funny, kind of interesting. A seal, early seal, I think can be worth considering. It's worth considering, I mean. Yeah. But what would I sell for it? It's probably gonna be the bluebird, right? Because the bluebird itself is not that buffed. Like a fish is also sellable, but we're so close to level 3, which is a +2/+2 to the entire team, that I feel like we should keep it around just for a couple more rounds. Just for a couple more rounds. Yeah, now I'm really considering if I want the seal or not. Like, going food build here is not that bad since we do have a swan. Because food builds tend to be not very gold efficient, but if you have a swan, it kind of helps to offset that. Yeah, I think we do decide to keep the seal frozen up for now, but I don't think we've decided if we want to buy it. But yeah, I think we're gonna be selling the bluebird for it, or the hatching chick. Alright, we're gonna get a win here, very nice. Alright, so far this team doesn't really have that much scaling. I think that's the main problem with it. Yeah, we're gonna sell the hatching chick and buy the seal, okay. Yep, just buying food on the seal. I feel like it's going to be quite strong, quite good for us, the seal, especially since we got it early. We got it 2 turns early. Well, I guess 1 turn early now because we were not able to buy it last turn. But yeah, a beetle has been pretty good to us, but it's approaching the point where it's starting to fall off. Ooh, and that garlic armor, very nice. Yeah, that garlic armor 100% saved us there. Alright, so immediately I see a poodle. I feel like poodle's pretty good. I kind of consider running 2 caterpillars for like dual buffing, but I decided against it. And I don't even take the poodle either, because I looked at the tiers of my animals and I had too many tier 1s. So I feel like the poodle is actually not going to be buffing enough units. We do see a lot of chickens here, but yeah, we're definitely not strong enough to start going chickens. We do have 8 health though, so maybe we can play really risky, but I decided against it. We're gonna just focus on what we have, okay? Sometimes it's better to just focus on what you have and try and make that work instead of, you know, hard pivoting every time you see something new and exciting in the shop. And right now what we have to work with is food. We probably should have frozen that cow. I distinctly remember, like, when I played this game that as soon as I hit end turn I went, oh crap, the cow. I forgot about a cow. Alright, we're gonna lose though, unfortunately. Yeah, sure wish I had that cow right now, because then I could maybe sell my bluebird. I think I'm gonna sell my bluebird. Well, am I gonna sell my bluebird? What a choice, what a difficult choice. Yeah, I think I have to. Because, you know, considering the fact that we want to go heavy food build, so we definitely want to be making use of all the cows that come our way. So make sure to sell the cow before you feed the seal. This way, you know, the buff doesn't actually land on the cow. Just, you know, taking all the help we can get, all the RNG manipulation we can afford. Alright, definitely want to freeze that pair. Buy a turtle. We're not sure if we are going to find a pill though. So this might be a turtle that lasts quite a long time. We might even get to buffing this turtle. We'll see. I'm open to it. Alright. We barely win that one. Pretty good though. Nice. And we get to level up our seal. Fantastic. Alright. Yeah, now I'm thinking, like, do I want to sell the turtle before I feed the pair? And I do. Because I do see a T-Rex there. We don't mind running a T-Rex for 1 turn. Because it does buff our team. It's not super efficient in terms of gold. It's like, what, 5 gold for a 2-1 for 4 units? It's not that bad. But yeah, there's definitely better things we can use to buff there. So as soon as we found the cow, we're gonna sell the T-Rex, feed the seal, which gives us a buff. Alright. We could have bought the pizza too, but I decided not to, because we're a bit tight on gold. I would rather, you know, we have more opportunities to roll for something nice. Or, you know, some good food too. Alright, a melon is really good here too. But do I want to feed it to the swan that doesn't have any items, or the seal? I decided on the swan instead. Yeah, because the seal already has some garlic, and it's... At turn 12, garlic is still not useless, I think. Still has maybe some purpose. Okay, we do find a lot of cows this game. I think we're quite lucky that we find a lot of cows in a game where we went seal. So that's great. That's also great. Now that the swan has melon armor, we can buy on the seal. And with 3 gold left here, we are definitely going to just pick up the scorpion. But I'm not super confident in the scorpion's ability to trade with something up front, just because it doesn't have a mushroom next to it. So what we're gonna do is put it on the 3rd position. And it does get a kill. It doesn't really trade with the enemy's strongest unit, but it's not that bad, right? Yeah. And the sauropods, quite interesting. Since we are going food build, I feel like the sauropod's actually pretty good here. Getting money back for every food item bought is definitely a good ability. Yep, and we're seeing it pay off right now already. Nice. Rolling all pairs is a blessing, absolutely. The only problem is the sauropod isn't that strong, but it's already paid for itself. So yeah, even if we sell it right now, it would have been worth it. Yep, and now we're on the home stretch. I think we're only 2 wins away from winning. Yeah. Just 2 wins away. So definitely not the time to try and switch things up too much. It's just time to double down. I definitely mess up here, because I should have just fed the chocolate first, and I would have had some money back to upgrade the sauropod with. But what was going through my head was, oh, if I chocolate the sauropod, then I'll get 2 gold back, because the sauropod would have upgraded itself with the chocolate. That is how it works, but you know, I didn't have enough money for it, unfortunately. But we're gonna do it now. Yeah, so we get 2 gold back, as you could see. Because the chocolate, you know, animal abilities actually activate after the chocolate hits. So yeah, pretty useful if you're chocolating a seal into an upgrade to level 2. Then the seal is going to buff somebody, like buff your team as a level 2 seal. Very nice. The cow there would have been really good. I really considered that cow for a long time because of the sauropod. But I don't think we want to sell anything right now, so yeah. Yeah, alright. And then we managed to get a win. Let's go! Even though our enemy had a 50-50 bison, with nicely placed melon armor, we were able to win. Excellent stuff. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. Hope that was at least interesting. It was like a food build that I don't really do that often. But yeah, there you go. I am Blueberry Pieper, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.